sorry, I'm reviewing Friday the 13th. I couldn't, at all not do that. I mean, it's iconic. I had to do it. But with that said, I'm going to review the remake of Friday the 13th. Not the original, the new one, produced by Michael Bay. We're just off to a great start, aren't we? But, honestly, I kind of like this movie. I know, shock, right? I like The Phantom Menace, I like Spider-Man 3, and I like a Michael Bay produced movie. It's not just such a surprise. But to be fair, I kind of have good reasons to like this movie. And honestly, it's just a slasher horror movie, so there's really nothing really against it. And with a plot as simple as, well, the Friday the 13th movies, it's really not supposed to be all that bad. Because, well, it's kind of a simple plot. You have a few teens in the wilderness, you have a slasher killer that goes around killing them, and, well, that's really about it. You really can't mess it up as much as that. And honestly, they did it pretty good for what it was. Now, a lot of people like to confuse this movie as, a remake of the original Friday the 13th movie. But it's really not. If you kind of think about it, it's kind of like a reboot. You see, a remake is basically just taking the exact same plot from the original movie, doing it almost the exact same way with the same characters, just different actors and direction and whatever. And that's basically the gist of a remake. A reboot, on the other hand, is basically taking a whole franchise and redoing it in a different direction or a different way, which is kind of what they did here. Because if this was really a remake of the original Friday the 13th movie, it wouldn't have Jason in it. Because a lot of people seem to either forget or not know that Jason was not the original killer in the first movie. It was his mom, the Mama Voorhees, I'm just gonna say. She was the original killer in the first movie, and it wasn't Jason. Jason didn't show up until the second movie, and if you really want to get, messed up in the head, the famous Jason Voorhees hockey mask didn't show up until the third movie, so we didn't get iconic Jason until 3 movies in, which is kind of weird and kind of ironic and really hilarious when you think about it. So this really isn't a remake, it really might as well be a reboot, because in the first half hour of the movie, we get basically just cliff notes from the first 3 movies, which is kind of neat, but at the same time kind of weird, but it does add to the fact that it is a reboot. But one real big problem I have with this movie is the fact that, there's 2 openings for the movie, which is so confusing. When I first saw this movie, I was just like, okay, that was the opening, so now this is the main plot, okay, let's get this going. And then the title showed up, and I was just like, what? Hold on, wait. Let's stop for a second. We had the title, we had the actors on the screen, but wait, now we're at the main plot. I thought the last part was the main plot, but it basically shows Jason's mom murdering all the little camp counselors in the beginning, first 10 minutes, I believe, and then for the next 20 minutes, it shows a completely different group of teenagers apart from the main teenagers in the main movie, and then the title shows up Friday the 13th. It's just like, wait, I thought those were the kids that we were supposed to be, happening, that we were supposed to be seeing getting killed. We do. But I thought those were the main kids. It's like there's two openings from the movie, and then by the time we get to the main plot, it's like a half hour in. It's kind of a stupid, choice to how to do your movie. It's kind of dumb. And I didn't really much care for it, so it was a really stupid, bad editing choice. But from there on out, the first half hour, once you get to the half hour mark, it is a really good movie. Not saying that the first, 20 minutes are bad, but it's just that it was really confusing. It was just bad choice. I didn't like it. But I overall really enjoyed this movie as a slasher movie. As a movie itself, it is not that great, but like I said, it's just a slasher movie. It's not supposed to be a masterpiece. The other movies were not masterpieces. They were slasher movies. Those had bad acting too. This also had some bad acting too. It's not a masterpiece. It's not supposed to be a masterpiece. But I overall really did like this. And on a slasher movie scale, I'd give it about a 9. But on a movie scale, I'd give it about a 7, which isn't that bad of a score either. But I overall really enjoyed this movie, and yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. So, tune in next time when I do another Halloween-related video, seeing as it is the month of October. I decided to go ahead and do a few Halloween-related videos. Stay tuned for more, and I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. Not the original, the shitty remake, also produced by Michael Bay. I'm not really sure whether or not the movies are just horrifying in themselves or Michael Bay's producing them, so they're already horrible and horrifying. See you soon. See ya.